SportsLine, everybody. We continue with our American Hotel Liquidators post-game report. More from Vols coach Butch Jones.
I was just wondering, looking back over the film, what you thought about how your pass defense fared Saturday, how that may have changed, and also just looking at Oklahoma's passing game, how different do they look with the new quarterback?
Well, we need to get better in a hurry because we have a football team coming in here that's skilled, very big, physical, imposing offensive line, 3 running backs that, you know, I would argue would be good as three any running backs in the country, not a tandem, but they have 3, and they complement each other just like Jalen and Elvin do. So we need to get better in a hurry. But I think everything with a naked eye, everyone wants to point towards the secondary. Well, that's not how pass defense works. It's all 11 individuals, and it starts up front. It starts up front with generating a pass rush. It starts up front with our get off the ball, the use of our hands. It starts with the second level with our linebackers, and then the third level is our secondary. And we did not play well defensively at all in the game. And we had some individuals do some uncharacteristic things, but again, it gets back to that baseline performance, and our players take pride in their performance. They understand that, and the great thing is we can work to correct the problems this week. But it wasn't just the secondary. In football, it's played by good players. They're going to throw the ball up, a 50-50 ball. That's why they're called 50-50 balls. And they're going to make plays. Everybody's on scholarship. And I don't have a problem if you're in man coverage and, hey, the opponent makes a great play and it's a great throw and it's a great catch. It's football. It's sport. You line up and you compete, you snap and clear, and you play the next snap. But if we have a mental error, if we have lack of effort, you know, lack of fundamentals or technique, that's where we have the issues and the problems. And, you know, it's a combination of both. Sometimes it was a really good quarterback making a great throw and the receiver making a great play, and other times, you know, it was maybe us not generating a pass rush. So playing great pass defense, there's a lot of working parts and pieces and components, and everyone wants to look at the secondary because that's what they see. They see the end of the play, but there's a lot of things that go in at the beginning of the play as well.
Rob in the back and Jonathan up front.
Coach, this is going to be the biggest home game
I feel like you're the auctioneer up here.
Going to be the biggest home game that a lot of these guys have played in. You've got a lot of young kids on your team. How do you worry about keeping this one in perspective this week and not making it more than it really is?
Well, I know John will love this, and it sounds like coach speak, but it's the truth. It's the most important game because it's the next game. That's it. And every single game is critical, and that's what makes college football special is one bad day can take you from all your dreams, goals, and aspirations. And so every game is important, but it's like I talked about the baseline experience. Every time they run out of the tunnel, it's something new. For a lot of these individuals, it'll be their first game in Neyland Stadium. A lot of these individuals, it'll be their 8th game playing in Neyland Stadium. So you just have to keep it in perspective. I think the biggest storyline is the quality of opponent. We're playing a great, great football team.
A record number of students requested a ticket for the Oklahoma game. Just how important is the student body in building your football program?
Imperative. The student body means everything to us, and that's why I've been so proud of our student body. They've been with us every venture of the way, and the greatest illustration is what you just spoke about, needing a ticket. When most universities are having problems getting students to the game and getting them to come early and stay to the end of the game, we have not had that problem here at Tennessee. Our student body has been exceptional, and we're part of them. You know, we're part of that. They're peers. You know, I'm part of them, and so I've just been grateful for them, and we're going to need their support not only for Oklahoma but the entire season.
Butch, how far away is Justin Martin from being totally healthy and being an impactful player on this defense?
Justin Martin's reps are going to increase this week. We'll see how much the knee can handle, but not only the physical repetitions, but the mental repetitions. How can he handle now a little more volume of special teams? How can he handle the volume defensively, just from a mental perspective, let alone a physical standpoint as well? So we'll increase his repetitions, and we'll see how that goes throughout the course of the week of practice.
Troy in the front, then John Adams.
As a coaching staff, will you guys give any thought to having Cam cover Sterling Shepard for the entirety of the game?
The problem with them is they don't only have Shepard, but they have a core of receivers that are very, very talented and very, very elusive, and they do a great job of getting the ball to their backs and creating space, and they're an up-tempo offense. Lincoln Riley does a very, very good job, and they create mismatches. So, again, we have to do a great job of moving our personnel around, but also they do a great job at tempo, and I think that's the thing that people need to realize. When you play up-tempo offenses, the situational part of defense, the sub-defense, the matchups, the personnel, you're not able to do that because of the tempo. There's a lot of communication that goes involved in lining up and playing fast, and so that's why it's important that your players are locked in, because you don't have that luxury of facing a huddle team where you're able to match players on players and do some different things that way because of the tempo.
But you said last year after the Oklahoma game that you really learned a lot about your team. Is that a side effect, win or lose, to this game, that going into conference play you maybe know more about your team?
Well, you're exactly right. And I was thinking about that today is, we're playing, the best of the best. Again, they're a top 5 football team, a top 5 football program, and we'll know a little bit more of where we're at after the game, from a competitive standpoint, from a physical standpoint, from everything. And I think it's great preparation going into our conference play, as we'll know a little bit more where we need to go. And obviously, Bowling Green was a very, very good football team, very good offensive football team. But now when you're playing the Oklahomas, you know exactly where you're at, and if you have any deficiencies, they'll be exposed. So we'll know a little bit more, but I'm very encouraged by what I saw Saturday with this football team. I thought they showed some resiliency. I thought they showed some grit. I thought they showed some heart, and I thought they showed some maturity by the way they handled themselves with the lightning delay. We had some adverse situations occur, some we created for ourselves, but the way they handled it showed me a lot, and I'm excited. Today I saw a team that was hungry to get back to work and improve, and if you have that and you're willing to work, you can do anything you put your mind to it, and I see that in this football team.
Michael in the back, then Jimmy.
Coach, what have you seen from Khalil Mackenzie in practice, and what did you see from him in the game on Saturday?
Khalil's working his way back into the rotation, and him missing, about a week to week and a half really set his development back just in terms of football stamina, technique, and he's a youngster. Again, he has no baseline. He has no baseline level of performance. He's working to that. Khalil is a very, very hard worker. It's important to him, and just like we talked about Justin Martin, his reps will increase also in practice this week, and we'll see how much of the volume of a defense that he can handle from a physical standpoint, from a mental standpoint. But I was encouraged by the things I saw at the end of the game, and those live game repetitions, those are invaluable. And so to be able to get some of those individuals those reps and get that on film so you can teach them off a video, that was big for us.